We had a nice rain yesterday. It rained in the morning and then it rained again in the afternoon. So this bed is actually pretty moist. It's already like 1 o'clock or so. Today is the 16th of July. And I got a few things done today. I'm chipping away at this spot here. It used to look like that. Just weeds, tall weeds. Most over here it was like foxtails and a little bit of mugwort, but over here, and there's more mugwort and asters and Asiatic daylily and very few of the foxtail. Did I say cattail before? I meant to say foxtails. Anyway, so over here I will be working on this another day. Probably not tomorrow, not today for sure, because I'm done. But anyway, over here I planted some broccoli plants and some kale. The kale that I had got for free, I planted them. They're very small, so you can't really see them. But I used the same weeds, mostly the foxtails that I pulled up, as mulch, as you can see. It makes a good hay. So, anyway, over here is my cabbages, one of my cabbage patches, and they're doing pretty good. I really wish I had been able to bring, I have a bale of straw at the house that's gone completely spoiled, so I was thinking about bringing it over here to use it to mulch this bed in particular, and, you know, some of that cabbage bed over there. That one is not as bad as this one as far as retaining moisture and all that good stuff. And then of course there's these tomato plants, which are doing really well considering that, you know, we don't really get a lot of good rain, and when we do, it's so hot over here. However, I don't know, this bed in particular seems to be doing really nicely. Everything in here is doing very well, including the weeds. So I have this artichoke plant, which is doing fantastic. Hopefully I actually get some kind of, what do you call it? An artichoke or two out of this. Over here is broccoli. This one too, and over there is another broccoli, and there's another broccoli tucked under here, hiding underneath this massive collard green, which every time I look at it, it looks like 3 times bigger than the last time. I'm sure it's not quite that, but it grows pretty quick, so. But yeah, everything in this bed is just flourishing like crazy. I'm hardly doing anything to it. I was able to make a little bit of wheat tea pretty early in the season, but that's really all I put down. I haven't really done anything. And these carrots over here are finally starting to come to something. There's actually like some shallots down here. That white stuff is what do you call it? Not diatomaceous. Azomite. Anyway, these shallots, I really should be pulling them up. There's one. Because they're ready. They've been ready for a little while. They're not very big, but they're ready. Yeah, as you can see, their stems are almost disintegrated. I don't know where to put this now. Anyway, so just put it down there for a minute. Yeah, so I'm so sorry, you know, it's kind of hard to tell what I'm showing you because the weeds are so thick. All you see is just a sea of green. So over here is carrots, over here is tomatoes, tomatoes, collard greens over there, over here, broccoli. There's one dinosaur kale right there. Anyway, so today I was actually hoping to dig a few potatoes, because this over here is done. This particular spot right here is done. Plus I actually spied, I think it's raccoons doing this. I actually spied a few potatoes that were sort of uprooted. There's one. Oh, well, I don't know, maybe somehow they're just, well, this one is totally off the stem, so, but yeah, I'm just pulling a few of these, because I'm totally out of potatoes, man. I'm out of potatoes at the house, and I don't want to buy any because I have so many at the garden that it seems like folly. Yeah, see, look at all this. Potatoes just sort of on the surface. Like I said, I think it's raccoons doing this. I think they're just kind of just making mischief. I think they're so full of mischief. There's another one. So anyway, like I said, I'm just gonna pull a few potatoes just so I can have at the house. But this over here, I think I need to just go ahead and just dig this up over here. I don't know if I have the strength for that right now because the heat is just absolutely bonkers today. I don't even know how hot it is. I'm just like boiling. That's all I know. I'm just boiling, and I've had to like duck underneath the shade every 5 minutes or so, so I can cool off and fan myself with my hat. So anyway, I'm about to leave soon, but I think I'm gonna try pulling up a couple more potatoes, and then I'll leave. Maybe I'll leave the big dig out, I don't know what you call it, for tomorrow. Yeah, because I think I probably have enough potatoes for dinner tonight, those few that I pulled up. And yes, I see another one. These raccoons are just so much mischief, just terrible. Last year, and I think the year before that too, I pulled up potatoes. I harvested my potatoes, and I took them to the house, and I had them in my cart, just curing in the cart, because you know you need to give them moisture. It needs to be fairly moist, while at the same time not wet. But you know, so that they're able to sort of cure a little bit without drying out, but also without going moldy. So anyway, whatever. So I left them in my cart, and I covered them, you know, I think I put a paper bag over them or something. Or I know one time I put a piece of burlap over them. But anyway, like for like a week, you know, I would come down in the morning and find potatoes. You know, not a lot of them, but you know, a couple of potatoes, because you know the thing was sort of closed, but there's like a little slit on the side that I guess a raccoon could stick his little grubby arm in there and just dig out 1 or 2 little potatoes. So that's what was happening. So it's like they just like to make trouble, first of all, but I think that they like potatoes, you know, they just like to play with them. They're like little balls, I guess. They do the same thing with avocado pits. A lot of times if I give my chickens like some spoiled avocado, I'll just, you know, throw the pit out there, you know, maybe there's like a little bit of meat on it or something like that, and the next day I'll find the pit like in the water, in the chicken water. So much trouble. Anyway, I don't want to keep ranting on about raccoons, but I'm just trying to cool off for a minute before I go in there again. Yikes. Anyway, Alright, so I think that's all I have to say right now. It's hot. I got a few things done today, and raccoons are trouble. Thanks for watching.